You used to be more alive than you are right now, back when the relationship or the job were new, or you landed somewhere and got to experience a whole new world. There was a more colorful version of you running the show, the one with the spark. And then it ended. The relationship fell apart, job got boring, or you had to pack up and leave that city. And somehow she, with the spark, also ended. You buried her in the old life and told yourself that's just who you got to be back then. It's over. But you got it wrong. She didn't stay behind. She's here right now, wherever you are sitting watching this. So stay with me and you will see why she got quiet and how you can get her out again. Because everyone just keeps telling you to let go and move on. And I think that's completely backwards. I figured all of this out when I left Berlin and after a year of traveling, landed in Krabi in Thailand. It was an old rented house, the last one on the street next to an abandoned coconut field. And after a few months of living there, I'm walking down the hallway and take a glimpse into that mirror. Who is this old ugly person? Who am I looking at? And her whole face looks gray like ash. Pimples, no real skincare, as if someone turned the lights off behind her eyes. And the first thing my brain said was, yeah, Marty, that's just how it is over here. Deal with it or go back. And I've been telling myself that story over months. Nobody dresses up in tropical countries in Southeast Asia. It's just too hot. It's not Berlin. You'd look insane here. So you tone it down. Whatever your spark is, you blend in, go quiet. And I believed it completely. I left my spark in Berlin. Those years were the best of my life and now it's over. I chose that. Bullshit. That complete story is bullshit. Every word of it. Because I would go to the market and there was a woman in her 60s, glitter eyeshadow, a pink shirt, gold nails, while she's gutting a fish. And she decided she wants to look cute because the hell, why not? And then I walk home and there is a sweet, chubby guy making sugary roti pancakes, wearing an all-over colorful Care Bear outfit with matching shorts. And I moved there from Germany. We're not really famous for our colors and warmth, let's be honest. So I left the gray, reserved country, moved to the more colorful, smiley one, and somehow got even grayer. Let that sink in. The spark didn't go because Thailand wouldn't let me. Thailand was literally begging me to be my sparkly version again. It was me who buried that version of me and then started blaming the country, my circumstances for it. So I had to sit with a real question. Why did my spark go quiet the second I landed in Southeast Asia, even though there was nothing stopping it? Figure that out and you will finally stop failing at the one thing everybody is telling you to do. Let the relationship go. That version of you is not you anymore. Find another job and you can maybe find a new spark again. No, babe, you cannot let something or someone go until you grab the parts of you back that you threw away for them. And I guess you already worked out that this video isn't about clothes. Because you've got a spark too. Somewhere in your life there is a version of you with a spark and you are convinced that that old you is just gone. Maybe your spark did show up in a relationship where you were so warm and open and adventurous, more than you've ever been since. Or it's a job you started. You were full of energy, ready to change the world until it flattened out and became the daily hamster wheel. Or it was a city or a friend group, some kind of external circumstance that, so you tell yourself, allowed you to be the biggest version of you. And then it ended and you stand in front of this mirror and look at yourself, the spark is gone. Who is this quiet, gray person? Why can't I just let it go and reinvent myself. So you try to do the thing everybody keeps telling you. You try to move on, get over it, let it go. But it just doesn't work because that time in the past, it was just so much fun. You felt so alive. And part of you is even convinced those were the days. The best part of my life is maybe even over. And then months pass, years pass, and you are still holding on, but you can't reignite the spark again. So you convince yourself, okay, it's really over. Sparkly, you died, and now the gray, harsh reality is here. Hello. You have been aiming at the wrong thing the entire time. Because look at what you are holding on to this whole time. Is it the job? Is it the relationship? Or is it Berlin? It's her. You, the version of you that came only out back then. That thing you can't put down has your face on it. Not a guy, an ex, a salary, a place. Your face. And the answer to that whole drama is a bit embarrassing and dead simple. Sparkly Marty went quiet because I was scared. Your spark went quiet because you got scared to let her out again. That's the whole story. So why are you scared? You felt that spark at least once, fully alive, all in, nothing is holding you back. And then it ended. It was over, it crashed, the relationship, the job, the whole life you have built around that version of you. So Sparkly you's just desperate on the ground, crying, sad. And another part has to take over. What if I let her out again, pour my whole energy and love in this new life, and then it falls apart all over? What if someone laughs at me, judges me, hates me for it, and I'm just too hurt to shrug it off like I did before? My darling, better don't try, because living out your spark and watching it collapse again, that's a special kind of horrible. How devastating would it be to go all in, full of joy, for nothing? Staying small and gray just feels a lot safer, and we want to just survive, to go through it. That is the breakup talking. And I mean the breakup with the version of you who you were in that city, in that relationship, in that job. And after breaking up like that, your body just wants one thing: to not be seen, to just go through the day and nothing bad should happen for once. So the big, loud, sparkly, colorful version of you starts to feel dangerous. Because shining your light brightly means you will be looked at by other people, and being looked at while you still feel fragile is the last thing your body wants. So she hides, she tucks away that spark somewhere safe, and you don't even feel it happening. And honestly, fair enough, buddy. You were protecting me when everything was falling apart. Good job. But the trap is what happens next when the danger passes. 6 months in, a year in, you have got your routine, you have your everyday life back. But your body keeps running the same program because it worked. Staying small kept you safe, so staying small just becomes the version you turn to the most right now. The divorce where you shrank to survive it and you never came back up. That boss who bullied you into just keeping your head low and doing the work until staying small was your status quo at the office. And then you quit, started fresh, and out of habit, you kept yourself small. Your precious body carried you through something hard, but forgot to switch the protection back off. And as I am a very visual and tactile person, how I looked was a direct reflection of my spark being hidden away. So you try to fix it the obvious way. You force it. Just do it. Buy the bright dress, you grit your teeth, you go on blind dates, you apply everywhere, and tomorrow will be fun again. And it backfires every single time. Because every time you force it, you are telling your precious body, this is scary, this is hard, this is not normal. So you confirm the exact same thing that made her hide in the first place. The harder you chase her, the faster she runs. So most people just give up and call it proof. See, I tried it. It didn't work. It is over. I thought so. But she is not gone. You just can't force her from the outside. So how did I get her back? Nothing on the outside changed. Not a thing. It is still a tropical country where I'm sweating as soon as I leave the air-conditioned room. What changed was me telling myself a sentence over and over again, even if it hurt and I didn't want to hear it. Goddamn Marty, you are not a victim of your circumstances. Stop being a victim of your circumstances. Yes, my ego was hurt. I didn't want to hear that. But I convinced myself to do small, tiny actions. I would go to the local small mall in Krabi and buy some strange, colorful shirt that I would never wear in Berlin because it's not my style. But the style didn't matter. The color did. And the same with makeup. I'd been telling myself, why bother? It's not like I'm going out every day like in Berlin. And then I talked to a friend and remembered why I love makeup. It's paint, it's play. It's just splashing colors all over my face. And that's what matters, so don't miss this. I did all of this for no one, alone, at home, just for me. And that is how you actually get the spark back. Not by forcing yourself out there to perform being fun, but you give your body the smallest piece of evidence in the safest possible place that the spark is allowed again. That is the whole action, and it's the opposite of trying. You stop waiting to feel safe to let her out, but you let her out a little bit until it feels a little safer again. And once I started to let my spark out a little bit at home, my eyes opened to see where I actually was. I finally noticed the Thai people, even in that small town, who do style themselves in 40 degrees heat. And my final proof was around the corner the whole time. A small family restaurant. It's been there over 50, 60 years. There is no AC. The menu is in Thai only. The boy and the girl are serving and the grandmother is cooking at the wok in the heat. And one day I came in wearing some rose pink dress and the grandmother saw me. We couldn't exchange any words and she just lit up again. Barbie! Barbie! Barbie full! Barbie full! Instead of beautiful, she laughed and called me Barbie full since then. And that was the whole thing. My heart was so warm. We didn't need any language. We just shared a moment full of joy for life. And that was what I had been hiding from. That's what I told myself is not possible in 40 degrees. So that's the how. Find the tiniest way you can let your spark out in a safe space and your body will follow. And now you're probably thinking, yeah, fine, easy enough. Then why haven't I done it until now? And I'll be honest with you, because being gentle doesn't help anyone. A lot of you won't do this tiny speck. You won't do it because being gray, being the smallest you, has a payoff, and part of you is not ready to give that up. Because if you let your spark out, if you go to a new place, find an exciting job, go for the new person, you might just be disappointed again. And you know exactly how losing this thing feels like. You have done it before, and that is the whole reason you went into hiding. And if that's your choice, that's okay. But then you should stop desperately longing for that old version of you that you loved being and accept that it might be over. But we know that it's not. Because the thing you are searching for is in you the whole time. You are carrying it without looking at it while you're mourning for it. So stop trying to let that part of you go and go get her. So here is my question for you, and drop it in the comments. I want to read it. What is the small, colorful speck, whatever your version of your spark is, that you would just do if you were certain there is nothing to lose? Nobody will be watching. Tell me, and I'll see you in the next video.